On the defensive side of the ball, I mean, there's a lot of guys. I mean, there's a lot of defensive linemen. You know, you got Chris Bogle making the comeback. He was hurt last year, if you remember him. He's a transfer out of Florida Gators. Didn't really see him after that injury, so hopefully he's back to form. Simeon Barrow, a guy who just tears it up on the inside. You want to see him be and take the next step, along with Zion Young, a guy who has a lot of potential, a lot of upside after his first performance as a freshman a year ago. But now you have transfers, Jared Jackson, the defensive lineman that came here from Florida State. That's a guy who's a plug and play, 6'6", 300 pounds, 3 technique. I mean, that's how you draw it up on any defensive line anywhere. So very excited to see what he does. By Job, he's another guy who everybody wants to see how he plays. He's a very highly recruited guy. He was very highly ranked. He's a guy who was very close to a BT, a guy who's instrumental in the recruitment of a David Stone from Oklahoma, from Senegal, I believe. And but just a very athletic player, needs to learn the game from what I understand, but you know, a guy who could definitely make an impact as a true freshman. You have Derek Harmon, who's been around, who's a solid player from Detroit, that's going to be able to plug up the middle. He's got that old Kevin Vickerson type of body, man, 6'5", 340 pounds of he gets after it. And then the transfer from Texas A&M, Tunamisi Adelaide. You want to see how he can play. Texas A&M had a lot of transfers. We want to see if he's that guy, because we're counting on him to be that guy. They went all in recruiting him, and he is here. And we would love to see him have a big impact, guys. I mean, we can go on and on. Dre Butler's another guy that they have. So Coach Reynolds, the new defensive line coach, has some guys in that room. Now, how do they adapt after Marco Coleman, BT, and Kevin Vickerson are no longer in that room? How do they adjust to the new coaching style? That's something that we're going to pay a close attention to in the spring and see how they progress with that. Because with the defensive line guys, you guys can attest to this. They can be a different bunch, right? And they can, so we want to make sure those guys are all on the same page and moving forward in the same direction for dominance on the defensive side of the ball.